If you're into endurance sports like me and you don't live under a rock, then you probably have seen people perhaps biking or running with tons of jackets on in the summer. You may have wondered why on earth they would do that. Well, the first reason is quite simple. A lot of runners and cyclists race in hot conditions and they want to perform better in the heat, so they train their bodies to handle the heat better by putting on a ton of layers, doing workout, and sweating insane amounts. This makes sense because the more you do something, the better you're going to be at it. It's that simple. So that's the first reason, and it doesn't explain why cross-country skiers would be doing heat training. They race in the winter, so why would they need to train their bodies to get used to the heat? Well, here's a study that was done in 2022 testing if heat training increases hemoglobin mass for cross-country skiers. To do this, they divided 25 male cross-country skiers into a group that added 5 50-minute heat sessions per week into their training against a control group that matched their volume and intensity distribution just without the heat. The results were that heat training led to 30 grams greater hemoglobin mass and a 157 milliliter increase in red blood cell volume compared to the control group, which saw no changes in any of these categories. Here's another study done on cyclists getting the same findings. The reason this is so big is because when people go on training camps and do altitude training or do blood doping, it increases their red blood cell volume. Red blood cells carry oxygen to your muscles, therefore increasing performance. So we know that heat training works, but should you do it? Right now, heat training is sort of a trend and a lot of people are doing it. Even though I've spent this whole video explaining heat training and telling you why it works, it's not for everyone. In fact, it's probably not for most people. If you want to get better at running, cycling, or cross-country skiing, then it's way more important to focus on being consistent in training and having high-quality sessions. Heat training is something that will give you tiny gains, and it's only for elite athletes who just need something to help them get to the next step.